This cactus farm that I built is gigantic. It goes all the way from bedrock up to the surface. This cactus farm is so simple. The cactus grows, as you can see over there, touches the fence post, breaks, goes into the water stream, and then I built this component where the cactus goes up into this XP storage where it smelts the cactus to get XP, and then it goes into here where it can go into composters to get bone meal, and then it also can just go into cactus so you have more cactus if you need it. Yep, that's right. Today I'm going to be building a giant cactus farm that will store XP and also give me bone meal. Now, last episode I tried to get everything closer together, but there's still these two things that are over here. So what I want to do is move them closer to my base over there. And specifically, I want to do it next to my slime farm. So I'm going to build the enchanting area here and then build the brewing area here. And it'll be the same type of building as this. First, let's flatten the area. Next, we're going to put the frame down. So I think that's enough space. So we're going to be using pink again for the brewing house. And then I have red for the enchanting house. Now the outlines are laid out. So for the pink one, it's going to be birch. And for the red one, I'm going to try jungle logs. But if that doesn't work, I'll probably just change to spruce. Boom, the exterior of these are complete. So when I look at this, I still want to kind of play around with it because I'm not sure about these trapdoors with the pink coming through. It might be better with one that are completely solid. I also like this, the planks on the top. It looks a lot better than this when there isn't one. So I might put some jungle logs on top of there. And overall, I think both of these look good. It looks good with the 3 in a row. And I haven't got the exterior done or the interior done yet. I'm probably going to play around with this. I'm going to have the library look for this one. And as you can tell, all 3 of these buildings are done. Well, that one was done before, but I kind of modified it a bit to fit the other ones. So this is the brewing stand. It's a lot, well, not the brewing stand, it's the brewing structure, shall we say. So it is not as dark as it was before. I really like these crimson logs. This texture looks pretty cool, especially how it pulsates. So we have the black stone, we have the shroom light, and I like this checkerboard pattern, which is black concrete and some planks. And it's a lot lighter in here and not as dark. Then we got the enchanting house. Pretty straightforward. It has the jungle logs, the bookshelves, and pretty much the same thing as I had before. I really got to use chains more and lanterns. That definitely works pretty well. The next thing is the iron farm. So this is way too much red. Way too much red. So I need to put some sandstone, I think, on the sides instead of the red sandstone. I think that'll break it up and give it a little bit of variety. I also got to put an arch in there and do something with the middle parts. Although the brick doesn't look that bad. It might look pretty good with the sandstone. So let's see how it looks. This is what it looks like now. And there is the finished iron farm. I think it looks pretty sharp. I was thinking about changing the brick, but I think it looks pretty good. And of course, let's check out the interior. So this is what it looks like. It is a lot of nether blocks. So we have the polished black stone, the polished basalt. I think it looks a lot more sleeker. And then we have all the stuff for the farm. I think that is enough for the iron farm right now, unless I decide to change something, but I don't have anything in mind right now. Next is this area. It is a really weird area right now with this hill, and there's also a weird gap there. So this is right between my storage area and my iron farm. So I think this is kind of like the center of my base a bit. So what I'm planning on doing is putting a garden in here. So I need to get a lot of flowers. I have tons of leaves for this. And I need to terraform this area because right now this is not working. Also, there's this weird cave that I'm probably going to have to cover up. And also this is where my rail station is that goes to my farms. I might have to do something with that also. while I'm putting the finishing touches, this guy spawned, and for once he actually has a good trade, which is the Nautilus shell. So I can use the Nautilus shell eventually to get a conduit. So I guess that discontinued that trade. But 5's pretty good. I think I have a couple already. And the garden is complete. I think it looks pretty cool. It'll look a lot more impressive when I actually finish the storage area. But this is a good start. I want to keep adding detail as I go. The one thing that I learned from the last time I did this is you don't want to have anything that obstructs the view. So you don't want to have trees right in front. So that's why I kind of did this thing where it's clear mostly and it has smaller blocks. So these are only a block tall. And then on the sides is where most of the higher stuff is, like the trees. And I also was just going to do grass here, but it looks a lot better with the overgrown grass and the flowers. Lots of flowers, azalea leaves spread throughout. And I think it looks pretty good. And also there is lanterns throughout here so that I don't get mobs spawning in the gardens, because that would kind of be scary because a lot of mobs would spawn then. The other thing I should mention is, unfortunately, I leveled the terrain because there was the highest point around here was in here, but it just didn't work, so I had to get rid of it in order to accommodate the garden. But I still have this to work with if I want to build something on here. It might be cool to put some trees or something on here. So I was searching around for a flower forest, and I found this dripstone cave right on the surface, which is something I really need because I want to get renewable lava. So let's try to get a couple of these. So this is the spot I'm going to be doing for the Cactus Farm. So most of it will be underground. I don't think I'll need that much space on the surface. There's 3 things that I want to do with this Cactus Farm, which is 1, I want cactus, obviously. The second one is I want bone meal, so I want the cactus to go into composters and produce bone meal. And the third one is I want some of it to go also into furnaces so that I can have XP stored in the furnaces when I need to restore tools or armor. So I definitely have to plan this out and think about how I'm going to set this up. And of course for this, I'm going to need a beacon. For this, I'm also going to need a lot of sand, and I have tons of sand right now. And just checking my cactus farm, that is more than enough cactus that I need. Now, let's build the cactus farm underground. This is going to be a lot of mining and digging. And I don't want to build this thing too big, so I don't want to build it all the way from the surface down to bedrock, maybe halfway in between. I think having too much cactus might create problems with me, but let's get started mining. finished cactus farm. So this farm is super simple. It basically just works by the cactus growing, it touches the fence post, it breaks, goes into the water stream, and then in the middle there is a hole where it goes all the way down. And then you can see over there, there is an item elevator that takes it to the surface. So I have no idea how many layers I did, but originally I wasn't going to do it this big, but I did end up doing it from bedrock all the way up to the surface. And the surface is actually higher than the normal surface. It's 20 blocks higher. So this is a lot of layers to the cactus farm. The one thing I should mention is also I probably shouldn't have mined into the deep slate, because that took a lot longer than just mining the stone, because deep slate is a little harder, so you can't instant mine it when you're breaking it. But besides that, it was pretty easy to build this thing. And we're just going to go through the output of the cactus farm. So here it is. There is a spot for the experience, for bone meal, and just regular cactus. Let's explain the XP storage of this building. So with furnaces, you can store XP in them. A cactus smelted will give you 1 XP. With the mending enchantment, 1 XP will give you 2 durability. So something like these, I think, are about 1500 durability. So if you have, I think, 750 cactuses that you smelt into green dye, you can restore an entire tool with that. So you can adjust that, because you can see there are slabs in here, and then these are empty. So when it smelts all the green dye, it'll fill this up. Then when it's completely done, all you have to do is take out the green dye from here and restore the tool. So this one will lock the hopper, so no more cactus will go into the system. These are to lock them so that I can take out all of these. I do it manually. I don't have a fancy redstone component because it's kind of a bit easier. So basically you lock it, you take it out, and then once you're done, you unlock it and the cactus will go in again. Next is the bone meal part, which works exactly the same. Hopper that the cactus goes into, it's locked here if you want to. And then it feeds into the composters, and then from there it goes down into here, and you can see that there is bone meal in these chests right here. And the last part is, if these are full with cactus or you have them locked, the cactus will go into here and down there and into these chests, like right here. So I thought I'd show you all of this before I actually build the building and the interior. So this thing is definitely efficient. It allows me to do all the different things I want to do with cactus in one building. So I think that is enough for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching.